As designers, when it comes to using fonts on our designs, many times we have issues with this. We struggle to know the type of font to use, in what quantity, what kind of font should I use for my design. And because of this, most times our designs used to come out very terrible. In this video, I'll be explaining to you how to use fonts properly on your design. I'm going to be making use of this particular flyer design. I'm going to be creating this flyer design. This design is definitely not properly done because of the kind of fonts that I use. So we'll be correcting this design and making use of the right font. So I'll be explaining to you how to use fonts properly by correcting this particular design. Now let's go into this. Before I explain that, I want you to first of all understand that each font has a family. Each font has a family. So this is the application I'm using, Pixel application, and then you can see from here, you can see this is a particular font, Made Tommy, and then under this font you can see the family of the font under it. So you can see Made Tommy regular, Made Tommy medium, Made Tommy light, Made Tommy extra bold, and so many other type of it. Now if you want to use fonts properly in your design, you need to always leverage on the family of fonts. Leveraging on the family of fonts helps you to be able to use fonts properly, because you can just stick with this one family and then create your design. You can create a singular design using all the fonts in this family, and the design is going to come out very nice. This is going to be more better than when you just come here and then you decide, oh, I want to use all the fonts here, because these fonts are actually of different family. Take a look at this. This is a different font, a different font, a different font. These are all different fonts. So when you decide to use these fonts like this on your designs, it's going to come out very bad. So that's why you need to always stick with a font family, like this particular one here. Stick with a font family. So we're going to be using this font, Made Tommy. That's my favorite font. We're going to be using the font to recreate this particular design. So very first thing we want to do is, now from this design, it's very visible that the royal feast is the most important thing on this design. So because of that, we are going to be making that one bold. So we'll go to the font, and then it's very easy. You just come here and choose this black. So black is the thickest font here. So you just choose that, and you can see that royal. So we can decide to make that in capital letters, yeah, royal, and then we have underneath we have feast. So we'll just choose that same this same Made Tommy black. You choose that same one also. So you can also have that there, royal feast. So that's all for that. We can decide to increase the size of this one to meet up with the other one also. So leave this as 22, and then we have the second one also at that same place. So we can just space it out a little bit and space this one also out a little bit. Now, so we can decide to leave this one the way it is. So now, since we have royal feast like this, the next thing we want to work on now is this one, the service here. So for this, we will now be using, we'll go to that same place, and this time around we're going to be using medium, Made Tommy medium. So we'll be using that medium. That's good. So let's make this one longer, make it longer to somewhere around here. Okay, cool. Somewhere around here, yes. Yeah. So we can now space it out a little bit more and just put it right there. So let's just space it out. Okay, I think that's the highest this could be. So let's just put it in the center here like this. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do now, I think this is too much the way it is. So I'm going to be adding one space between each of these texts. I want it to fill up the space there. Okay, so I would now reduce my line spacing like this. Okay, my keypad is really hanging now. Okay, so I was just going to make it like this. Now, so you can see that now. So now for this one at the top here, we'll be using that same Made Tommy, but now we're going to be making use of the regular. We'll be making use of this one here, the smallest one, not the smallest one per se, this regular here. We'll be making use of that. So you can see that at the top there. You can see it at the top there. So now for this, every second Sunday, then we can decide to make use of the bold. So you can see it's just very easy. We just play around every second Sunday. We can decide to make use of the medium, this one here, the medium. Okay, So let's reduce the size also. Okay, and then we have 7 to 10 a.m. prompt. We'll make use of that same medium. Good. And then for the next one here, the Church of God International, we can make use of the regular. Yes, the regular for that, and increase the size 20. And then for our contact information, we can now decide to make use of the regular also. Then for this contact us, we'll make use of the light because we want to like create a contrast between this contact us and then the phone number. So make use of the light, this light. So that's basically all. Then we just come in and put in our alignment. So font usage is actually very, very easy. It's not something so complex. The trick here is just to stick to a particular font family. If you don't know how to get font families, probably don't know how to download them, I'm going to share a video in the description where I explain that very, very well. So let's just rush up alignment. Okay, so for this one over here, so I'll also be editing that also, and I'll be changing that to let's use okay, can use that one, and then we use regular for everything. Why for the name, I would align the name and use medium for it. Okay, so that's all, and this design is now making a lot more sense than the one we had before. So you can see this now. It's actually very, very easy to use fonts properly on your design, and you can decide to just save the design out. And once you save the design, your design is already good to go. So the trick about using fonts on your design is, first of all, using a font family, sticking to a font family, and then the next thing is arranging these fonts according to their importance. So you use the thickest fonts or the boldest fonts, use that for the theme, and then you can now use the variations for other parts. So you use medium and you use your regular, use your light for different areas that you feel that they would fit in. I hope you understand. So you also do this by creating hierarchy and contrast between each the elements, just like we did over here. So if you look at this, you can see here we use the mid tummy black, which is the thickest. While for the one underneath here, we use the medium, or we use the bold. We use the medium here also. I think for this service we should have used the bold. Yeah, we should have used the bold for this service, because that's like the next thing. Yeah, we use the bold for that. Good. So we can decide to reduce the spacing of this. Yeah, just like this. Okay, just like this. And then that's for that. And then we can see for this we use the medium, we use the regular here, we use the regular and the light here. So that's just basically it. And then our design is good to go. Our design is just good to go. So I will just save this up again, and then your design is very much good to go. So if you want to use font properly on your design, all you just need to do is to stick with a font family and use that font family on your design. I hope you got something from this particular video. If you do, just drop a comment in the comment section below. And if you want me to explain any other thing about graphic design, just let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to make a video on that in my next video. Have an amazing time. See you next Friday.